ever wondered why narcissists seem to thrive on the misery of others? It's a question that has undoubtedly puzzled many of us. Narcissists, with their exaggerated self-importance and lack of empathy for others, can often appear invincible in the face of adversity. They seem to hurt others without a second thought, and to the unknowing observer, never the consequences for their actions. This, in turn, can leave many of us wondering, why is the universe seemingly so lenient with them? The fascinating world of psychology offers some insights. Some theories suggest that narcissists are, in fact, deeply insecure, and their actions are a defense mechanism. They hurt others to protect themselves, and they feed off others' misery because it makes them feel superior. However, this doesn't explain why they appear to go unpunished. This is where the concept of karma comes into play. Karma, as by many Eastern philosophies, is the spiritual principle of cause and effect. In simple terms, it implies that every action has a consequence. The theory of karma can offer a satisfying answer to this question. Perhaps the universe isn't as lenient as we think. Perhaps the narcissists are facing or will face the consequences of their actions in ways we can't see or understand. Today, we delve into the intriguing concept of karma and its role in the lives of narcissists. Picture this. A successful businessman, will refer to him as John. John's reputed as a hardened, self-focused individual, lacking in compassion. Described as the epitome of a narcissist, he ceaselessly yearns for affirmation and praise from others. His self-aggrandizing nature isn't just limited to his work sphere, but pervades into his personal life as well. John's past reveals a pattern of disregarding people who cease to be of value to him. This list includes his longtime significant other, Sarah. Sarah, a creature of compassion, is left emotionally shattered and distraught when John suddenly decides to call it quits. Swiftly moves forward, delving into a fresh relationship with a new partner whom he perceives as a better pedestal for his vanity. This disturbing cycle of his reveals a pronounced lack of empathy in favor of his narcissistic needs. He casts aside affection, loyalty, even love, in the relentless pursuit of self-adulation. His actions bring immense pain to those around him, leaving a trail of emotional carnage in his wake. To John, every personal connection is merely a stepping stone to further his narcissistic agenda. He moves on quickly, finding a new partner who he believes will better serve his ego. As the old adage goes, what goes around comes around. The concept of karma, an intangible yet potent force, believed by many to be the universe's way of ensuring everyone reaps what they sow, begins to manifest in John's life. Completely oblivious to this cosmic justice at work, the seeds of his own actions, both good and bad, start to germinate. Unforeseen consequences surface in John's professional life, his thriving business witnessing an unexpected downturn. Business deals start to fizzle out, lucrative contracts slip through his fingers, and his once enviable reputation in the industry takes a severe beating. Simultaneously, his personal life, which once served as a source of vanity and admiration, begins to crumble. His new relationship lacks the understanding and patience that were characteristic of Sarah. He is unable to bear the brunt of his actions, abandons him, contributing further to his escalating misfortunes. All this while, Sarah, after undergoing a painful yet cathartic healing process, emerges from her past stronger and more optimistic. She experiences success in her professional sphere and finds love, a genuine one, that fills her life with happiness. This newfound strength and joy in life make her past ordeal with John a distant, almost forgotten memory. As the saying goes, what goes around comes around. In this narrative, we see karma at work. Our story revolves around John, a man whose narcissistic behavior defined his interactions with others. A self-absorbed individual, John had a penchant for discarding people when they no longer met his self-serving needs, casting them aside like used playthings. His life was a revolving door of faces, people who were drawn in by his charismatic facade, only to be cast away once their usefulness waned. The tale of John is one that unfolded over several years, a portrait of a man for whom the concept was foreign. He had a certain charm that drew people in, a charm that was merely a guise to hide his true self, a narcissist who viewed people as stepping stones to be used and discarded. His actions, though seemingly unpunished for years, set into motion a series of events that systematically led to his downfall. His isolation wasn't immediate, but was the result of a gradual stripping away of those he had once held close. The friends he had disposed of found solace in one another, their shared experiences with John uniting them in a bond stronger than any he could ever hope to have. It wasn't much longer after that John finally tasted the bitter pill of loneliness, his actions coming back to haunt him in the cruelest of ways. This case serves as a poignant reminder that karma, while not always immediate, is often inevitable. Narcissists may seem to get away with their actions for a while, but eventually the universe balances the scales. In conclusion, narcissism, while initially appearing rewarding, often leads to a life of loneliness and misery. Narcissism, as a concept, seems enticing at first glance. It involves a heightened sense of self-importance, a concealed vulnerability cloaked with an outer shell of self-confidence, and an unquenchable thirst for admiration. However, there's a dark side to it that is often hidden beneath this superficial allure. A classic case in point being John, whom we've followed throughout this narration. John, consumed by narcissism, treats people like disposable commodities, discarding them when they no longer cater to his needs or stroke his ego. His ruthless pursuit of self-interest, his callousness towards others, and his constant need for validation ultimately leads him to a life devoid of true companionship and happiness. And this is where karma steps in. Karma, the great leveler, the universal force that ensures the law of cause and effect, isn't just a philosophical concept, but a tangible reality. It ensures for every action, there is an appropriate reaction. It may seem slow at times, like a plant taking time to bear fruit, but surely and steadily, karma manifests itself. It observes quietly, patiently, ensuring that everyone, even narcissists like John, ultimately face the outcome